Welcome to the Bedtime Lab, a cozy corner of the universe where we explore the gentlest of facts to guide you into a peaceful slumber. I'm so glad you've decided to join us tonight. As you settle in, perhaps with a warm cup of tea or nestled under a soft blanket, let's embark on a journey back in time to explore the fascinating invention of telescopes. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Feel free to share in the comments as we cultivate this space of knowledge and comfort together. Now, did you know that the story of the telescope's invention is entwined with the whispers of ancient stargazers? Even before telescopes existed, people were captivated by the stars, their curiosity lighting the path to discovery. It was in the early 17th century that a simple but profound idea began to take shape. Imagine the excitement when Hans Lippershey, a humble spectacle maker from the Netherlands, stumbled upon the magic of magnification. It is said that he combined two lenses in a way that allowed distant objects to appear closer. This simple yet revolutionary contraption became known as one of the world's first telescopes. Speaking of which, isn't it intriguing that Galileo Galilei, a name synonymous with the telescope, actually built his version after hearing about Lippershey's invention? Galileo was a master of many trades, but his true passion lay in the stars. With his version of the telescope, Galileo peered into the night sky and made astonishing discoveries. He discovered moons orbiting Jupiter, prompting profound shifts in our understanding of the universe. Can you imagine how exhilarating it must have been to be the first person to see such sights? Here's another fascinating tidbit. The word telescope itself was coined in 1611 by a Greek mathematician named Giovanni de Messiani, who used it to describe Galileo's device. The name comes from the Greek words tele, meaning far, and skopion, meaning to look or see. Such a fitting description, don't you think? It might surprise you to learn that the very first telescopes were not intended for stargazing at all. In fact, their early uses were primarily for terrestrial observation. Sailors and explorers found them indispensable for spotting distant ships and landforms. Over time, their potential for astronomical observation became apparent, opening new vistas to the heavens. Now, let me share something interesting about the materials used in early telescope construction. Initially, lenses were crafted from glass, which was the best available material at the time. However, glass lenses would sometimes introduce distortions known as chromatic aberrations. It wasn't until the 18th century that these issues were mitigated by the introduction of achromatic lenses, which combined two types of glass to correct such distortions. This innovation was crucial in advancing the telescope's capabilities. Have you ever wondered how powerful the first telescopes really were? Those early devices had magnifications of about 3 times to 10 times. To put that into perspective, a modern amateur telescope can offer magnification hundreds of times greater. Yet, even with those modest beginnings, the telescope opened a new chapter in humanity's quest to understand the cosmos. Speaking of perspectives, did you know that Sir Isaac Newton was another key figure in the evolution of the telescope? In 1672, he constructed the first practical reflecting telescope, a design that used mirrors instead of lenses to gather light. Newton's design solved many of the chromatic problems associated with lens-based telescopes and laid the groundwork for many of the powerful telescopes we use today. Reflecting telescopes, in their many forms, have become a cornerstone in astronomical research. Here's something to ponder. The journey of the telescope is also a tale of international collaboration. From the Netherlands to Italy, and then across Europe and beyond, the telescope's development reflects a shared human endeavor transcending borders. Each iteration and improvement was built upon the groundwork laid by countless inquisitive minds. And here's another delightful fact. The largest telescope currently in use, known as the Gran Telescopio Canarias, is located in Spain's Canary Islands. Its mirror spans a staggering 10.5 meters in diameter. Imagine the wonders it uncovers as it peers into the depths of the universe, unraveling mysteries millions of light years away. The invention and evolution of telescopes are not just stories of scientific advancement, but also of profound philosophical transformation. Before telescopes, our understanding of the universe was largely confined to what could be seen with the naked eye. Through these marvelous instruments, we have been able to piece together a grand tapestry of cosmic knowledge, each thread a testament to the enduring human spirit. As you drift towards sleep, let your mind gently wander among the stars, knowing that with each gaze into the night sky, you're partaking in an age-old tradition of wonder and discovery. Thank you for being here with us at the Bedtime Lab, where together we explore the universe one gentle fact at a time. Sweet dreams, dear friend. The story of telescopes is sprinkled with delightful surprises. Did you know that the inspiration for early telescopes came from something as simple and everyday as eyeglasses? Spectacle makers, accustomed to crafting lenses for vision correction, were among the first to experiment with combining lenses to see farther than ever before. Imagine how they must have marveled at the possibilities, taking a tool meant for reading or sewing and transforming it into an instrument capable of revealing the cosmos. And here's something that might catch you off guard. The first recorded patent application for a telescope was actually rejected. Hans Lippershey, the Dutch spectacle maker we mentioned earlier, applied for a patent in 1608, but his application was denied because the invention was deemed too easy to reproduce. This didn't stop the knowledge from spreading rapidly across Europe, as other curious minds began crafting their own versions. Speaking of which, it's fascinating to note that many early telescopes were not the long tubular devices we imagine today. Some were quite short, a handful of centimeters in length, and others were just a few feet long. The compact size made them portable and surprisingly accessible for various people, from navigators to scientists, eager to glimpse distant worlds. Let's delve into another intriguing tidbit. The improvements to telescopes were often driven by the desire to solve problems encountered during their use. One such problem was the fuzziness around the edges of objects viewed through the lenses. This led to the gradual refinement of lens production, eventually giving rise to the art of lens grinding, a skill that became highly specialized and sought after. Did you ever consider how language plays a role in science? The term objective lens, for instance, refers to the primary lens used to gather light in a telescope. This straightforward name underscores the lens's primary task, to objectively capture as much light as possible. It's an example of how function and terminology often go hand in hand in the scientific world. Another surprising aspect is how the telescope influenced art during the Renaissance. Artists keen on capturing the world with greater accuracy began to incorporate the use of optics into their work. The telescope, alongside other optical tools, helped artists understand perspectives and shadows, forever altering the way they portrayed light and distance in their masterpieces. Here's a curious fact. One of the most famous makers of early telescopes, Christian Huygens, was also a renowned mathematician and physicist. He not only improved on existing designs, but also discovered Saturn's largest moon, Titan, in 1665, a testament to how intertwined the fields of science and technology were becoming. Speaking of Saturn, did you know that the mysterious rings of this gas giant puzzled astronomers for decades? Early telescopes revealed them as odd appendages, leading to various theories about their nature. It wasn't until more powerful telescopes were developed that we began to understand them as rings made up of countless particles orbiting the planet. It's also quite remarkable that the telescope's evolution was not just limited to the West. In Asia, observers developed their own optical devices influenced by local craftsmanship and understanding of lenses. This cross-pollination of ideas helped propel the development of optical technology worldwide, showcasing a truly global pursuit of knowledge. Let's talk about some famous telescopes throughout history. The Leviathan of Parsonstown, built in the mid-19th century in Ireland, boasted a 6-foot mirror and was the largest of its time. It was used to discover spiral structures in nebulae, which were later understood to be galaxies. What a monumental leap in our comprehension of the universe. Then there's the Great Refractor at Harvard College Observatory, which in the late 19th century was one of the largest telescopes in the United States. It played a crucial role in astronomical photography, capturing celestial phenomena and expanding our understanding of the night sky, with images far beyond what could be seen with the naked eye. Another fascinating development was the introduction of radio telescopes in the 20th century. Unlike optical telescopes, these devices detect radio waves emitted by celestial objects. This innovation opened an entirely new spectrum of exploration, revealing phenomena invisible to optical instruments and allowing astronomers to study the universe in ways previously unimaginable. The legacy of the telescope is also evident in the field of navigation. Before the invention of radar, mariners used telescopes to spot distant ships and navigate treacherous waters. These instruments were indispensable for explorers charting new territories, helping to map the world as we know it today. Throughout its history, the telescope has been a symbol of human curiosity and ingenuity. Each advancement, whether in design or application, reflects our innate desire to see beyond the horizon. As you ponder these fascinating snippets, let your imagination soar across time and space, much like the light that travels through these remarkable instruments reaching us from distant stars. As you drift into slumber, envision a universe filled with wonder, ever inviting us to discover more. Let me share something intriguing about the evolution of telescopes. Initially, their use wasn't solely confined to the heavens. These remarkable instruments found a place on Earth, aiding people in everyday activities like surveying land. Imagine farmers gazing across vast fields, using telescopes to better understand the lay of their land. This practical application demonstrates how versatile telescopes have been since their inception. And here's a fascinating twist. The earliest telescopes were often used in military contexts. Commanders utilized them to scan the horizon for approaching armies or ships, a strategic advantage that significantly impacted battles. The ability to see further than your opponent was invaluable, transforming the telescope into a tool of war as much as a scientific instrument. Speaking of versatility, did you know that telescopes played a role in the development of scientific societies? The Royal Society in London, one of the world's first scientific institutions, was founded in part due to the excitement generated by telescope discoveries. These gatherings of curious minds fostered collaboration and innovation, pushing the boundaries of what telescopes could achieve. Now, let's delve into the realm of optics. The concept of the achromatic lens, which reduces color distortion in telescopes, was a game-changer. Without it, the images seen through early telescopes were often fringed with rainbows. This advancement made celestial observations much clearer, allowing astronomers to discern details they couldn't before. It's a reminder of how small innovations can lead to significant leaps in knowledge. Here's another captivating tidbit. Galileo Galilei, one of the most famous figures associated with telescopes, didn't invent them, but he did make them famous. His improvements to the design and his subsequent astronomical discoveries, like the moons of Jupiter, captivated the world. In fact, Galileo's telescopes were so sought after that he sold them to wealthy patrons, further spreading interest in the skies. Speaking of which, did you know that Galileo's telescopes were rather simple compared to modern standards? They had a narrow field of view and were difficult to use. Yet, even with these limitations, Galileo's observations challenged the prevailing geocentric view of the universe, paving the way for a heliocentric understanding. It's a testament to how far curiosity can take us, even with limited tools. Now, let's explore the materials used in early telescopes. Most of them were constructed from wood and leather, which seems a world away from the high-tech alloys and composites used today. Despite their humble materials, these early telescopes were sturdy enough to withstand the test of time, showcasing the craftsmanship of their makers. Did you ever wonder about the role of telescopes in literature? Writers have long been inspired by the mysteries of the cosmos, revealed through telescopes. Poets and novelists alike have woven these instruments into their works, using them as metaphors for exploration and discovery. The telescope, in this sense, has become a symbol of human imagination. Speaking of imagination, the idea of using mirrors instead of lenses to gather light was revolutionary. Isaac Newton, in the 17th century, developed the first practical reflecting telescope, which used a curved mirror to focus light. This innovation solved many problems associated with lenses, like chromatic aberration, and laid the groundwork for future advancements. Isn't it interesting that the concept of space observatories, orbiting far above the Earth's atmosphere, stemmed from the desire to escape atmospheric distortion? By placing telescopes in space, we can observe the universe with unprecedented clarity. The Hubble Space Telescope, for instance, has captured breathtaking images that have transformed our understanding of the cosmos. It's a dream that once seemed impossible, but now aids in unraveling the universe's secrets. Here's a delightful surprise. Some early telescopes were adorned with intricate designs and precious metals, not only serving as scientific tools, but also as status symbols. Wealthy individuals would commission these beautifully crafted instruments to display in their homes, blending art with science in a way that showcased their appreciation for both. Speaking of art, the technique of using telescopes to aid in map-making was another innovative use. By observing the stars and planets, navigators could determine their position with greater accuracy. This precision led to more detailed maps, aiding explorers in their quests and expanding our understanding of the world. And let's not forget the role telescopes play in education today. Many schools and universities have observatories where students can gaze at the stars and planets, kindling a lifelong interest in astronomy. These educational telescopes serve as gateways to the universe, inspiring future generations of scientists and dreamers alike. Finally, consider how telescopes have brought us closer, not just to the stars, but to each other. Global collaborations like the development of observatories and space telescopes have united scientists from around the world, working together to push the boundaries of human knowledge. In this sense, the telescope is not just an instrument of discovery, but also a symbol of unity and shared curiosity. As you reflect on these surprising facets of telescope history, let your thoughts drift like stardust through the cosmos. Did you ever consider how the invention of the telescope impacted our language? The word telescope itself comes from the Greek words tele, meaning far, and skopein, meaning to look or see. It's fascinating to think that this simple combination of words could encapsulate the profound ability to see beyond what was previously imaginable. Speaking of language, here's something intriguing. The term telescope was first used in a public context during a banquet held for Galileo Galilei in Italy. It's amazing how a single event can cement a term into the fabric of history. Moving on to another captivating fact, telescopes were initially met with skepticism by some who doubted their usefulness and accuracy. In the early 17th century, not everyone was convinced about the validity of what these instruments revealed. Some scholars were wary of this new technology, fearing that it could mislead rather than enlighten. Can you imagine a time when such an essential tool for modern science was regarded with suspicion? Here's a delightful twist. The first telescopes weren't even designed for stargazing. Instead, they were crafted for terrestrial viewing, allowing people to see distant objects on Earth more clearly. This practical application set the stage for the astronomical breakthroughs that would follow. It just goes to show that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from unexpected directions. In the realm of design, did you know that early refracting telescopes had a very long tube? Some of them stretched up to several meters in length. This was because the lenses used in these telescopes needed to be spaced far apart to focus light properly. If you were to use one of these telescopes today, you'd find it quite cumbersome compared to the compact designs we're accustomed to. Speaking of compact designs, let's turn our attention to the eyepiece. The eyepiece is a crucial component that has evolved significantly over time. Early eyepieces were simple and rudimentary, but as optical technology improved, they became more sophisticated, allowing for greater magnification and clarity. This improvement in eyepiece design revolutionized the way we observe the universe, offering a clearer window into the cosmos. And here's something you might find surprising. The development of the telescope sparked a surge in interest in lens making and optics. As more people became interested in telescopes, the demand for high-quality lenses grew, leading to advancements in grinding and polishing techniques. This, in turn, contributed to progress in other fields like photography and microscopy, illustrating the interconnectedness of scientific advancements. Transitioning to another aspect of telescope history, let's consider the role of women. Although often overlooked, women played important roles in the development and use of telescopes. For instance, Caroline Herschel, sister of the famous astronomer William Herschel, made significant contributions to astronomy. She used her own telescopes to discover several comets and was recognized for her work in a field that was predominantly male at the time. Her story is a testament to the power of perseverance and passion. Now, if we delve a bit deeper, we find that telescopes didn't just change our view of the stars, they altered our perception of time. Observations made possible by telescopes have helped refine our methods of timekeeping. By studying celestial movements with greater precision, astronomers could develop more accurate calendars and navigational charts, essential for everything from agriculture to exploration. Another fascinating aspect is how telescopes helped us understand our own atmosphere. By observing how starlight behaves as it passes through the Earth's atmosphere, scientists have learned much about atmospheric conditions and weather patterns. These observations have been crucial in developing meteorology as a science, illustrating once again how telescopes extend their reach beyond the stars. Continuing on this journey, it's intriguing to note the role of telescopes in shaping our philosophical understanding of the universe. Before telescopes, the cosmos was largely a source of myth and speculation. As telescopes revealed the true nature of celestial bodies, they challenged long-held beliefs and prompted new philosophical questions about our place in the universe. This shift in perspective highlights the telescope's impact not only on science but on human thought as a whole. Did you know that the invention of the telescope also led to the emergence of observatories around the world? As telescopes grew in popularity and capability, it became clear that dedicated spaces were needed for astronomical research. These observatories, often located in remote areas to avoid light pollution, became centers of scientific exploration and discovery. In conclusion, the seemingly simple invention of the telescope has woven a vast tapestry of influence across many domains, from language and skepticism to design innovations and the empowerment of underrepresented voices. As you drift into a serene slumber, let your mind wander through the expansive universe that telescopes have unveiled, a testament to the boundless curiosity and ingenuity of humankind. Let me share an intriguing tidbit about the early days of telescopes. Did you know that the first recorded patent for a telescope was granted to a Dutch spectacle maker named Hans Lippershey in 1608? Lippershey's design quickly caught the attention of scientists and scholars across Europe, sparking a wave of interest and innovation. Interestingly, despite Lippershey's patent, similar designs appeared almost simultaneously in other places, suggesting that the concept was an idea whose time had truly come. This synchrony in invention is a fascinating reminder of how some discoveries seem to resonate across the world at the same time. Speaking of early inventions, you might find it surprising that Galileo did not invent the telescope, as is sometimes believed. Instead, he was among the first to apply it to the scientific study of the skies. Galileo's improvements to the design allowed him to make significant astronomical discoveries, including the moons of Jupiter and the phases of Venus, which provided evidence for the heliocentric model of the solar system. It's incredible to think how a few enhancements to a new instrument could so dramatically shift our understanding of the universe. And here's another unexpected fact. Telescopes have not always been used solely for scientific purposes. In fact, during the 17th century, they were also popular among the military. Telescopes allowed soldiers to spot distant threats and improve their strategic planning. This dual use in both science and defense highlights the versatility and practical value of the telescope throughout history. The role of telescopes in navigation is equally fascinating. Before the invention of the telescope, celestial navigation relied heavily on instruments like the astrolabe. With the improved accuracy of telescopes, sailors could better determine their latitude by observing the stars, making long sea voyages much safer and more reliable. It's remarkable to think how the ability to see further into space could help guide travelers across vast oceans. And speaking of seeing further, here's a fact that may surprise you. The development of the reflecting telescope was driven by the desire to overcome a specific limitation of refracting telescopes. The problem was chromatic aberration, where lenses would cause different colors of light to focus at different points, leading to blurry images. To solve this, the brilliant scientist Sir Isaac Newton pioneered the use of mirrors instead of lenses, creating what is known as the reflecting telescope. This innovation eliminated the problem of color distortion, proving once again that necessity is the mother of invention. Interestingly, Newton's design paved the way for even more advanced telescopes. Over time, as materials and techniques improved, mirrors became larger and more precise, allowing for telescopes that could peer deeper into space. Did you know that the largest optical telescopes today use multiple mirrors to achieve their impressive size and clarity? These telescopes can see billions of light years away, capturing images of the universe that were once unfathomable. In the context of technological progress, it's intriguing to note that telescopes have influenced more than just astronomy. Advances in optical technology spurred by telescopes have had a significant impact on other fields, such as photography and even eyeglasses. The same principles that allow us to peer into the cosmos also enhance our ability to capture moments on film and see the world more clearly in our everyday lives. Did you ever wonder how telescopes have impacted our cultural imagination? Consider this. The concept of a looking glass or telescope has long been a metaphor in literature and art, symbolizing the quest for knowledge and the desire to understand the unknown. From the works of Shakespeare to modern science fiction, the telescope has inspired countless stories and ideas, forever intertwining science with human creativity. And here's a delightful thought. The magic of telescopes doesn't end with optical wonders. Radio telescopes, which detect radio waves from space, have expanded our ability to observe the universe in ways that traditional telescopes cannot. These instruments have uncovered phenomena such as pulsars and cosmic microwave background radiation, contributing to our understanding of the universe's origins. It's astonishing to realize that what began as a tool for seeing distant ships has evolved into a means of exploring invisible cosmic mysteries. The invention of telescopes has also shaped our educational landscape. The excitement and wonder brought by astronomical discoveries often inspire curiosity and a love for science in young minds. Educational programs and public observatories frequently use telescopes to engage students and the public, nurturing the next generation of scientists and thinkers. It's heartwarming to see how an invention from centuries ago continues to spark wonder and learning today. Finally, consider the community aspect that telescopes bring. Amateur astronomers worldwide share their passion for stargazing, often gathering in clubs or online communities to discuss observations and discoveries. This global network of enthusiasts mirrors the collaborative spirit seen in professional astronomy, where international projects and partnerships are common. It's a beautiful testament to how telescopes unite people across cultures and borders in a shared pursuit of knowledge and exploration. Reflecting on these surprising facts, it's clear that telescopes are not merely tools for viewing distant stars. They are catalysts for progress, creativity, and community. As you let these thoughts gently settle in your mind, perhaps you'll sense how deeply intertwined the telescope is with the fabric of human experience, reminding us of our enduring quest to see beyond the horizon. Let me share something fascinating with you. The early telescopes were not only rudimentary in design, but also limited in their magnification power. These initial models could only magnify objects a few times their actual size. It's remarkable to think how such humble beginnings laid the groundwork for the powerful instruments we have today. And did you know that the creation of telescopes was as much about craftsmanship as it was about science? The quality of the glass used in the lenses was crucial, and early lens makers were considered artisans. Their skills in glassmaking and polishing directly impacted the clarity and utility of the telescopes they produced. This delicate balance between art and science continues to be an important aspect of optics even now. Here's an intriguing tidbit for you. One of the earliest known telescope makers was Hans Lippershey, a Dutch spectacle maker. In 1508, he applied for the first patent for a device that could magnify distant objects. Though there were disputes about who truly invented the telescope, Lippershey's application marked a pivotal moment in the history of optical devices. Speaking of the Dutch, this reminds me of the contributions made by the country during the telescope's infancy. The Netherlands, during the early 17th century was a hub of innovation and trade. The demand for maritime navigation tools pushed the development of telescopes, making them an essential instrument for Dutch sailors exploring distant lands. Now, let's consider the role of telescopes in the advancement of our understanding of the universe. You might find it surprising that before telescopes, the night sky was largely a mystery. Ancient astronomers used their unaided eyes to study celestial bodies, relying on their interpretations and observations. The introduction of telescopes transformed astronomy from a speculative art to a rigorous science. Reflecting on these transformations, have you ever wondered how telescopes influenced our perception of time? With the ability to observe celestial bodies more accurately, astronomers could refine calendars and predict celestial events with greater precision. This advancement was crucial for agriculture, navigation, and even religious practices, shaping the rhythm of human life. Here's another curious fact. Telescopes weren't just for professional astronomers. By the 17th century, they had become popular among the general public, sparking widespread interest in the stars. People were captivated by the ability to see beyond the limits of their own eyes, leading to a kind of astronomical renaissance, where stargazing became a common pastime. Let's delve into how telescopes influence scientific inquiry. The ability to observe planets and stars in detail led to questions that had never been considered before. For instance, the discovery of Jupiter's moons challenged the prevailing geocentric view of the universe, prompting discussions and debates about our place in the cosmos. It's fascinating to see how a simple tool could spark such profound philosophical and scientific exploration. You may be surprised to learn that the invention of telescopes also impacted the scientific method itself. As astronomers began to rely on direct observation and empirical evidence, the reliance on speculation and philosophical reasoning diminished. This shift marked a turning point in the approach to scientific inquiry, ultimately laying the foundation for modern scientific advancements. And speaking of scientific advancements, consider the role telescopes have played in our understanding of light and optics. The challenges faced with early telescopes, such as chromatic aberration, led to deeper studies into the properties of light. This, in turn, contributed to the development of optical theories and technologies that are integral to many fields today, from telecommunications to medicine. Here's a delightful fact. The invention of telescopes has also influenced the arts. Artists have long been inspired by the beauty of the cosmos, and the detailed pictures provided by telescopes have sparked countless works of art, from Van Gogh's Starry Night to modern abstract interpretations of galaxies. The universe as seen through telescopes has captured human imagination in vivid color and form. Can you imagine how telescopes have broadened our understanding of Earth's own atmosphere? By observing the light from stars as it passes through our atmosphere, scientists can study atmospheric conditions and phenomena such as auroras. This has important implications for climate science and environmental monitoring, showing once again the multifaceted value of telescopes. Lastly, let me tell you about the cultural impact of telescopes. Beyond their scientific contributions, they have become symbols of curiosity and exploration. In literature and film, telescopes are often depicted as gateways to other worlds, inviting characters and audiences alike to dream of what lies beyond. This metaphorical significance underscores the telescope's role in expanding not just our physical horizons, but our intellectual and imaginative ones as well. As you ponder these surprising facts, imagine the world before telescopes, when the stars were merely pinpricks of light in the night sky. Now, thanks to centuries of innovation and discovery, We not only see those stars in stunning detail, but also understand them in ways our ancestors could not have imagined. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, driven by our desire to see and understand the universe around us. Let me take you on a journey back to the early days of telescopic discovery. Did you know that the initial designs of telescopes were quite simple, yet incredibly effective for their time? These early models were mostly refracting telescopes, using lenses to bend and focus light. It's fascinating to think that with such basic tools, astronomers could make groundbreaking observations about our universe. Speaking of observations, here's something intriguing. When Galileo turned his telescope skyward in 1610, he made astonishing discoveries that shook the scientific community. Not only did he spot craters on the moon, but he also discovered that Venus had phases, much like our moon. This was a pivotal discovery because it provided compelling evidence against the geocentric model of the universe. Imagine the excitement and controversy these observations must have sparked. You might find it surprising that telescopes quickly became instruments of national pride. Countries competed to develop better and more powerful telescopes, each wanting to be at the forefront of astronomical discovery. This rivalry spurred innovation and led to rapid advancements in lens-making technology. Here's an interesting tidbit. The term telescope was not coined by an astronomer, but by a poet. In 1611, during a banquet held in Galileo's honor, a Greek poet named Giovanni de Missiani first used telescope to describe the instrument. It's a lovely reminder of how art and science are often intertwined, each inspiring the other in unexpected ways. And did you know that telescopes have been pivotal in discovering new planets within our own solar system? Uranus, for example, was the first planet to be discovered using a telescope by the astronomer William Herschel in 1781. Until then, only the planets visible to the naked eye were known. This discovery expanded our view of the solar system and hinted at the possibility of more planets waiting to be found. Now, imagine the challenge of building a telescope before the invention of electricity. Early astronomers relied on daylight and candlelight to grind and polish their lenses. Despite these limitations, they achieved remarkable precision. It just goes to show the dedication and patience required in the pursuit of knowledge during those times. Speaking of dedication, here's a delightful fact. Johannes Hevelius, a 17th century astronomer, built some of the largest telescopes of his time on the rooftop of his house in Gdansk, Poland. His passion for astronomy was so great that he dedicated most of his life to improving and using these instruments, significantly contributing to star cataloging and lunar topography. Let me share another surprising fact. Telescopes have been used not just to look outward at the stars, but also inward at our own planet. Early terrestrial telescopes helped map out land and aided in the development of more accurate maps. This was particularly useful during the age of exploration, when knowing the lay of the land could mean the difference between success and failure. And here's something fascinating about the evolution of telescopes. Reflecting telescopes, which use mirrors instead of lenses, were developed to overcome the problem of chromatic aberration. Isaac Newton built the first practical reflecting telescope in the late 17th century. His design eliminated the color distortions that plagued refracting telescopes, paving the way for larger and more powerful telescopic designs. Have you ever thought about the role telescopes played in helping us grasp the scale of the universe? In the 18th century, the astronomer Charles Messier catalogued over 100 nebulae and star clusters. His work provided a glimpse into the vastness of space, encouraging generations of astronomers to look even further and deeper into the cosmos. And speaking of cosmic wonders, let's talk about spectroscopy. This technique, which began with telescopes, allowed scientists to analyze the light from stars and determine their composition, temperature, and motion. This was revolutionary because it transformed stars from distant dots of light into objects of scientific study, revealing secrets of their life cycles and the elements they contain. You might find it surprising that telescopes have even contributed to our understanding of time. Observatories equipped with telescopes were used to determine the precise movements of the heavens, which in turn helped define time zones and standardize timekeeping. This had profound effects on navigation, communication, and daily life. Let me tell you about a curious aspect of telescopes: their role in the study of the sun. While it's vital to protect one's eyes, telescopes equipped with special filters have allowed astronomers to safely study solar phenomena like sunspots and solar flares. These observations are crucial for understanding the sun's behavior and its impact on Earth's climate and technology. Lastly, consider the impact of telescopes on popular culture and public engagement with science. With the advent of powerful telescopes, stunning images of galaxies, nebulae, and other cosmic phenomena have been shared with the public, sparking widespread interest in astronomy. These images not only captivate our imagination, but also remind us of the endless possibilities that lie beyond our planet. As we reflect on these remarkable facts, it's clear that telescopes have not only advanced our scientific understanding, but also inspired a sense of wonder and curiosity in people across the world. This enduring legacy is a testament to the power of human curiosity and the timeless quest to explore the unknown. Did you ever wonder how weather predictions were made before modern technology? Telescopes played a surprising role. In the 17th century, astronomers began to study sunspots with telescopes. These observations helped early scientists understand that sunspots could affect earthly weather patterns, paving the way for the development of meteorology. Let me share something interesting about the tiniest details. Telescopes have been instrumental in advancing micrography, the art of using microscopes to view small objects. Although it might seem counterintuitive, the lens-making techniques honed for telescopes were adapted for microscopes, leading to breakthroughs in biology and medicine. It's amazing to think that gazing at the vast heavens inspired a better understanding of microscopic life here on Earth. Here's a fascinating tidbit. Telescopes weren't always used for stargazing. In the 17th century, they were often a must-have item for wealthy individuals, not just for their scientific value, but also as a status symbol. Telescopes became prized possessions, displayed in salons and parlors, showcasing not only one's wealth, but also a dedication to the Enlightenment ideals of exploration and discovery. Speaking of exploration, did you know that telescopes played a key role in the Age of Enlightenment? As these instruments improved, they helped shift the views from an Earth-centered universe to a more heliocentric understanding. This shift wasn't just scientific. It influenced philosophy, art, and the wider societal understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos. And here's something you might find surprising. Telescopes have even influenced literature. Writers and poets found inspiration in the stars and the tales of discovery that telescopes enabled. These stories of explorers peering into the night sky inspired metaphors and narratives about human curiosity and the quest for knowledge. Just think of the countless stories that might never have been told without that celestial inspiration. Let's delve into the world of military history. Telescopes have been used for tactical advantages in battles, allowing armies to observe enemy positions from a distance. They were essential tools for navigation and reconnaissance, proving that their impact was felt not just in peaceful scientific pursuits, but also in the more tumultuous aspects of human history. A delightful twist on the use of telescopes comes from the culinary world. Did you know that in the 18th century, some telescopes were designed to be portable and collapsible, resembling wine goblets to be tucked away neatly? This design was particularly popular among travelers and explorers who needed tools that were both functional and easy to carry, blending practicality with elegance. In the realm of art, telescopes have inspired more than just starry landscapes. Artists, intrigued by the concept of magnification and perspective, began experimenting with optical lenses themselves, creating works that played with scale and distance. The telescope's influence reached beyond the observatory, touching the very way that people perceived and represented their world. Let's not forget about the influence of telescopes on the development of eyeglasses. The advancements in lens crafting for telescopes provided the basis for more effective corrective lenses. This, in turn, improved the quality of life for countless individuals, allowing them to see clearly both near and far. Imagine the excitement when telescopes allowed for the first observations of comets in greater detail. Before telescopes, comets were mysterious phenomena, often shrouded in superstition. With telescopes, early astronomers began to understand their orbits and behavior better, transforming these fiery messengers from omens into objects of scientific inquiry. And did you know that telescopes have been miniaturized for use in all sorts of devices? For instance, in cameras, the same principles that allow telescopes to focus on distant stars are used to zoom in on details in everyday photographs. This miniaturization of technology is a testament to the enduring ingenuity inspired by the original telescopic designs. Speaking of design, let's talk about the fascinating evolution of telescopic technology. The 20th century saw the creation of radio telescopes, which don't rely on visible light but on radio waves to explore the universe. This innovation opened a completely new window on the cosmos, allowing astronomers to study celestial objects that are invisible to the naked eye or traditional optical telescopes. Here's an unexpected influence. Telescopes have even played a role in environmental science. By observing Earth's atmosphere and weather from space, telescopes have helped scientists understand climate change and its impacts. These observations are critical for developing strategies to protect our planet. And lastly, consider how telescopes have expanded our understanding of time itself. By observing distant galaxies and other celestial phenomena, astronomers are essentially looking back in time, seeing light that has traveled millions or even billions of years to reach us. This cosmic time travel offers a unique perspective on the history and evolution of the universe. It's fascinating to see how telescopes, despite their origins as tools for stargazing, have influenced so many aspects of human life and culture, from enhancing our understanding of the universe to impacting art, literature, and even our daily lives. The legacy of the telescope is as vast and varied as the cosmos it helps us explore. Let's begin with something you might not expect. The invention of the telescope is often credited to Hans Lippershey, a Dutch eyeglass maker, around 1608. However, there's some debate about whether he was truly the first to create such a device. It's said that other inventors, like Jacob Metius and Zacharias Janssen, were experimenting with similar designs at the same time. Isn't it intriguing how great minds can converge upon similar ideas, almost as if the universe is ready for a leap forward in understanding? Now, here's an interesting twist. The word telescope itself didn't become popular immediately. The term was only coined a few years later, in 1611, during a banquet held to honor Galileo Galilei. This shows how new inventions sometimes need a bit of time before settling into the lexicon as society slowly adapts to groundbreaking concepts. Did you know that the earliest telescopes were refracting telescopes? They utilized lenses to bend light, allowing for the magnification of distant objects. These early models were quite simple, yet they opened the door to revolutionary astronomical discoveries. It is fascinating to imagine how such a basic principle could lead to a profound shift in our understanding of the universe. Speaking of Galileo, his improvements to the telescope were nothing short of remarkable. Starting with a simple design, he managed to increase the magnification to about 30 times. With this enhanced view, he observed the moons of Jupiter, the phases of Venus, and even the rugged surface of our moon, shattering the belief in a perfect, unblemished celestial sphere. It's as if each new discovery peeled back layers of mystery, revealing the true nature of the cosmos. Here's a captivating story. Galileo's observations were so groundbreaking that they initially faced skepticism and even opposition from the established order. His findings challenged long-held beliefs about the heavens and faced resistance from those who feared the implications. It's a reminder of how new knowledge can be both enlightening and disruptive, demanding shifts in perspective and understanding. Let's delve into a lesser-known fact. The first telescopes were not particularly long. In fact, they were relatively short compared to later models. This compactness made them more accessible and practical, helping to spread their use beyond a small circle of astronomers. Imagine the excitement of holding one of these early telescopes and peering into the night sky, seeing the universe in a new light. Here's something that might surprise you. The invention of the telescope indirectly led to the discovery of new stars. With the enhanced vision afforded by these instruments, astronomers were able to identify celestial bodies that had been invisible to the naked eye. This expansion of the known universe was like opening a new chapter in the book of cosmic exploration. Did you know that telescopes also played a role in understanding the nature of light itself? By observing the way light behaved through different lenses, early scientists began to unravel the mysteries of optics, laying the groundwork for more advanced studies in physics. It's intriguing to think that a simple device could lead to such profound insights into the fundamental properties of light. Consider this: Johannes Kepler, the renowned astronomer, was inspired by these early telescopes to propose new designs. He conceptualized the Keplerian telescope, which used a convex lens for the eyepiece, resulting in a wider field of view and improved image quality. This innovation marked an important step in the evolution of telescopic technology, showcasing how each generation builds upon the last. And here's an unexpected connection. The invention of the telescope coincided with the rise of cartography, the art and science of map-making. Improved telescopic observations allowed for more accurate astronomical measurements, which in turn led to better maps of both the heavens and the Earth. It's as if the lens of the telescope helped to bring the entire world into sharper focus. Speaking of sharpening focus, did you know that the telescope also spurred advancements in glassmaking? The demand for high-quality lenses pushed glassmakers to refine their techniques, leading to improvements that would benefit other industries as well. It's fascinating how the needs of one field can drive innovation across seemingly unrelated areas. Here's a surprising fact. The early telescopes had a significant impact on navigation. Mariners used them to more accurately determine their position at sea, making voyages safer and more efficient. The expanded view provided by telescopes helped to bring distant horizons closer, allowing explorers to venture further into the unknown. Imagine this: The fascination with telescopes even influenced fashion. In the 17th century, miniature telescopes became a popular accessory among the fashionable elite. These small yet functional instruments were often ornately decorated, merging science with art in a portable form. It's a delightful example of how scientific tools can become cherished objects of beauty. And lastly, consider how the development of telescopes contributed to the concept of observational science. By providing clear evidence of celestial phenomena, telescopes encouraged a shift towards empirical observation and data collection. This emphasis on observation as a cornerstone of scientific inquiry helped lay the foundations for the scientific method as we know it today. Isn't it astonishing how the invention of the telescope, a simple tool for magnifying distant objects, has had such a widespread impact across so many fields? From inspiring new theories to reshaping the way we see the world, these optical wonders continue to influence our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Imagine, if you will, the excitement of the 17th century as telescopes began to reveal the secrets of the universe. One surprising fact about these early instruments is that their invention was not a singular event, but rather a culmination of multiple innovations across Europe. It's thought that Hans Lippershey, a spectacle maker from the Netherlands, was among the first to apply for a patent for a telescope in 1608. However, similar devices were independently created by other opticians, suggesting a shared curiosity and ingenuity that spanned regions. Did you know that these early telescopes were sometimes referred to as spyglasses? This term reflected their dual purpose for both scientific discovery and practical applications, like maritime navigation and even military reconnaissance. As the instrument's potential was realized, its use quickly spread across various fields, each finding new ways to exploit its capabilities. Here's an intriguing twist. Some of the earliest adopters of telescopic technology were not astronomers, but rather sailors and explorers. These adventurers found the tools invaluable for navigating the open seas, as telescopes allowed them to spot distant landforms and hazards long before they could with the naked eye. This practical application helped establish the telescope as an essential tool in the age of exploration. Speaking of exploration, the telescope also played a pivotal role in the advancement of scientific astronomy. With clearer images of celestial bodies, astronomers like Galileo were able to map the stars and planets with unprecedented accuracy. This leap in understanding led to more precise astronomical charts, which were crucial for both scientific study and the practical needs of navigation. Have you ever wondered how these early telescopes were perceived by the general public? Interestingly, their introduction generated a mix of wonder and skepticism. For many, the notion of seeing celestial bodies in such detail was awe-inspiring, yet there were those who questioned the reliability of these newfangled devices. This skepticism often mirrored the resistance faced by groundbreaking scientific ideas throughout history. One might assume that the telescope's development was purely a matter of optics, but it also involved significant advancements in mechanical engineering. The need for stable, adjustable mounts and precise alignment mechanisms pushed craftsmen to develop more sophisticated designs, which in turn influenced other fields of technology. It's a testament to how one innovation can have a ripple effect, sparking progress in unexpected areas. Consider this. The telescope also had a profound impact on our cultural imagination. By unveiling the mysteries of the cosmos, it fueled an enduring fascination with space and the possibility of other worlds. This newfound curiosity found its way into art, literature, and eventually the burgeoning genre of science fiction. which speculated on the wonders that lay beyond our earthly bounds. And here's a surprising link to economics. The demand for high-quality lenses and finely crafted telescopes created a new market for skilled artisans. This niche industry spurred economic growth in several European regions, as towns known for their optics became centers of commerce and craftsmanship. It's intriguing to see how scientific advances can drive economic and social change. Speaking of craftsmanship, did you know that the development of telescopes required a special type of glass? Known as crown glass, this material offered the necessary clarity and uniformity for making precise lenses. The quest to produce the perfect glass led to innovations in glass-making techniques, which had far-reaching implications for other industries that relied on high-quality glass products. Here's another fascinating fact. The evolution of telescopic design eventually led to the creation of the reflecting telescope. Unlike refracting telescopes, which use lenses, reflecting telescopes employ mirrors to gather and focus light. This design, first proposed by Isaac Newton, overcame many of the limitations of earlier models, such as chromatic aberration, and paved the way for even greater discoveries. Reflect on this. The invention of the telescope also transformed educational practices. As a tool for teaching, it allowed students and scholars to directly observe the principles of optics and astronomy, making abstract concepts more tangible. This hands-on approach to learning helped to inspire future generations of scientists and inventors, fostering a tradition of inquiry and exploration. You might be surprised to learn that the influence of the telescope extended to the arts as well. Artists, inspired by the newfound ability to observe distant objects in detail, began to incorporate more realistic perspectives and celestial themes into their work. This blending of art and science enriched both fields, offering new ways to interpret and depict the world. It's also worth noting how the telescope challenged existing philosophical and religious views. By revealing a universe far more complex and dynamic than previously imagined, it prompted profound questions about humanity's place in the cosmos. This shift in perspective forced societies to reconsider long-held beliefs and spurred intellectual debates that resonate to this day. Lastly, consider the enduring legacy of early telescopes. Their impact can be seen in modern-day observatories, which continue to push the boundaries of human knowledge. From humble beginnings as simple lenses, they have evolved into sophisticated instruments that help us probe the universe's deepest mysteries. Isn't it remarkable how a tool designed to look outward has, in many ways, helped us to look inward, fostering a deeper understanding of both our world and ourselves? Let me share something intriguing with you. The journey of the telescope did not begin as a quest for astronomical discovery. In fact, the earliest telescopes were likely conceived as a tool for practical purposes like surveying and military reconnaissance. This mundane beginning contrasts beautifully with their later role in unraveling the mysteries of the universe. And speaking of beginnings, did you know that the term telescope was not coined until the instrument had been in use for several years? It was during a banquet in Rome that the name was first introduced, drawing from Greek words that mean far and to look. It's fascinating how a simple name can encapsulate the essence of an invention so elegantly. Here's a surprising twist. Some of the earliest telescopic lenses were made from rock crystal rather than the glass we typically associate with optics today. Although glass soon became the preferred material due to its superior clarity, these crystal lenses were an impressive feat of craftsmanship, demonstrating the lengths to which early inventors went to achieve their goals. Imagine the skill and patience required to carve and polish such a hard material, to the precise specifications needed for a working telescope. Have you ever considered how the development of the telescope was influenced by political factors? In the 17th century, telescopes became tools of diplomacy as much as science. Monarchs and leaders often presented them as gifts to demonstrate wealth and sophistication. In this way, the telescope became a symbol of power and prestige, transcending its practical applications to become a cultural icon of the era. This reminds me of how innovations often carry meanings far beyond their original purposes. Speaking of cultural icons, did you know that the telescope's popularity was partly fueled by its public demonstrations? Figures like Galileo drew crowds eager to glimpse the moon's craters or the moons of Jupiter for themselves. These events were not only spectacles, but also powerful demonstrations of the device's capabilities, turning skeptics into believers, one observation at a time. It's a testament to the power of hands-on experience in changing perceptions and expanding horizons. And here's something you might find surprising. While telescopes dramatically expanded our view of the heavens, they also enhanced our understanding of Earth. By providing a means of precise measurement over great distances, they aided in the development of more accurate maps and navigational charts. This dual role illustrates how advancements in one field can spur progress in others, often in unexpected ways, weaving a rich tapestry of interconnected knowledge. Consider this curious fact. The widespread fascination with telescopes spurred a boom in amateur astronomy. As prices for telescopes became more accessible, enthusiasts began to contribute to scientific knowledge. These early citizen scientists compiled observations that professional astronomers later used, highlighting the egalitarian potential of scientific tools to empower individuals to participate in discovery. It's incredible how a single invention can democratize access to knowledge and ignite a passion for learning across society. Have you heard about Galileo's telescope, known for its groundbreaking contributions to astronomy? Interestingly, it magnified objects only about 8 to 10 times. Despite this relatively modest magnification, the level of detail it revealed was revolutionary for its time. This fact underscores how impactful even small enhancements in technology can be when they open new vistas to human understanding. It's a reminder of the power of perspective, both literally and figuratively. Here's a fascinating tidbit. The invention of the telescope also influenced literature of the period. Writers began to incorporate the themes of discovery and exploration into their works, drawing on the imagery of the telescope as a metaphor for insight and vision. This blending of science and art enriched both fields, offering fresh ways to interpret and understand the world. It's remarkable how technology can inspire creativity, adding depth and dimension to our cultural narratives. Did you ever wonder how the reflecting telescope came to be? Isaac Newton, frustrated with the limitations of refracting telescopes, particularly the issue of chromatic aberration, devised a new design. By using mirrors instead of lenses, Newton's reflecting telescope provided clearer images without the color distortions that plagued earlier models. This innovation paved the way for future advancements, illustrating how solving one problem can lead to breakthroughs in design and function. And speaking of breakthroughs, the desire to see further and clearer led to the development of larger and more complex telescopes. These advancements required innovations not just in optics, but also in structural engineering and materials science. The quest for better telescopes thus pushed the boundaries of several fields, leading to stronger, more adaptable materials and designs. It's a wonderful example of how a single challenge can drive progress on multiple fronts, sparking ingenuity and collaboration. Here's something that might surprise you. Telescopes not only changed the way we see the universe, but also how we measure time. By observing the regular motions of celestial bodies, astronomers could construct more accurate calendars and timekeeping systems. This enhanced precision had a ripple effect, improving navigation, agriculture, and even daily life. It's a beautiful illustration of how interconnected our understanding of time and space truly is. Finally, let's reflect on the global impact of the telescope's invention. As telescopes spread from Europe to the rest of the world, they became instruments of shared scientific endeavor. Diverse cultures contributed to the advancement of telescopic technology, demonstrating that the pursuit of knowledge is a universal human endeavor. This global collaboration continues today, as astronomers around the world work together to explore the cosmos, united by a shared curiosity and a sense of wonder. Isn't it uplifting to think about how a simple instrument designed to look outward has brought humanity closer together, fostering collaboration and mutual understanding? Let me share something intriguing about the early days of telescope production. Did you know that some of the first telescopes were made by spectacle makers? These artisans, skilled in crafting glasses, inadvertently laid the groundwork for one of the most transformative scientific tools in history. Their expertise in grinding and shaping lenses was crucial in the birth of the telescope. Imagine the surprise of these opticians when their skills suddenly propelled them into the realm of science and discovery. And here's a delightful tidbit. The earliest telescopes were sometimes called perspective glasses or spyglasses. These names hint at their original uses, which were often less about stargazing and more about practical applications in navigation and military strategy. It's fascinating to consider how a device that is now synonymous with astronomy began as a tool for more earthly pursuits. Speaking of perspectives, did you know that the first telescopes were incredibly short compared to modern standards? Some were no longer than a foot in length, but still managed to open up a world of possibilities. This shows how even the smallest advancements can have a profound impact on our understanding of the universe. Here's another engaging fact. The lenses in early telescopes were not coated, which meant they could reflect a lot of light, causing images to appear dim and unclear. It wasn't until much later that anti-reflective coatings were developed, greatly enhancing the clarity of the images telescopes could produce. This improvement highlights how ongoing refinements can dramatically increase the utility of a technology over time. Speaking of clarity, have you ever considered how the invention of the telescope was closely tied to the development of glass-making techniques? As glassmakers improved their craft, they were able to produce clearer and more uniform glass, which in turn allowed for better lenses. This symbiotic relationship between glassmaking and telescope design is a perfect example of how advancements in one field can drive progress in another. Here's something that might pique your interest. The use of telescopes in the 17th century wasn't limited to scientific observation. They were also used for entertainment. Wealthy individuals would host viewing parties where guests could observe celestial objects, marveling at the sights above. It's a charming reminder of how the joy of discovery can be shared in social settings, enhancing our collective appreciation of the wonders of the universe. And did you know that the first telescopes had a profound impact on the field of art as well? Artists began to use telescopes to observe the subtle details of distant landscapes, leading to more accurate and realistic depictions in their work. This cross-pollination of science and art fostered a deeper understanding and appreciation of the natural world. Consider this. The invention of the telescope also influenced the design of scientific instruments. As telescopes improved, so did the precision of other instruments used in scientific research. This evolution underscores the interconnectedness of scientific advancements, where progress in one area can spur innovation across a wide range of disciplines. Here's a curious fact. Telescopes were instrumental in challenging long-held beliefs about the universe. By revealing previously unseen details about celestial bodies, they encouraged scientists and philosophers to question traditional views, paving the way for paradigm shifts in how we understand the cosmos. This illustrates the powerful role that technology can play in challenging and reshaping our perceptions of reality. And speaking of perceptions, have you ever thought about how the invention of the telescope influenced philosophical thought? As people gazed further into the heavens, they began to ponder their place in the universe, leading to profound reflections on humanity's role in the grand scheme of things. It's a testament to how scientific tools can inspire deep philosophical inquiry and introspection. Here's something unexpected. The widespread interest in telescopes also had economic implications. The demand for lenses and optical instruments created new markets and opportunities, driving economic growth in regions known for their glassmaking and craftsmanship. This economic ripple effect is a fascinating example of how technological innovation can influence various aspects of society beyond its immediate scientific impact. Did you know that the telescope was also a catalyst for international collaboration? As astronomers shared their findings, borders dissolved in the pursuit of knowledge, fostering global cooperation and exchange of ideas. This spirit of collaboration continues to thrive, highlighting the unifying power of science. And finally, consider the legacy of the telescope. Its invention not only expanded our understanding of the universe, but also inspired countless generations to look up and dream of the stars. It serves as a powerful reminder that curiosity and innovation can drive humanity toward ever greater heights of discovery and understanding. Isn't it wondrous to think about how a simple tool for seeing farther has sparked such a profound and lasting impact on our world? Let me share with you a surprising insight about the early telescopes and their unintended creators. Although many credit the Dutch spectacle maker Hans Lippershey with the creation of the first telescope, it's interesting to note that there were competing claims from other inventors around the same time. This suggests that the idea of the telescope was in the air, so to speak, with multiple innovators working toward the same breakthrough independently. This phenomenon isn't unusual in the history of invention, where the zeitgeist seems to guide different minds towards similar solutions. Speaking of multiple inventors, did you know that Hans Lippershey's application for a patent was denied? Imagine his frustration. He had created something revolutionary, yet he was not granted exclusive rights to his invention. The reasoning was that the telescope's design was too simple and easily replicated, leading to a rapid spread of this new technology across Europe. This denied patent is a reminder of how simplicity in design can both benefit and challenge inventors. Here's another intriguing tidbit. Early telescopes were not as user-friendly as you might think. They required great skill and patience to operate effectively. The alignment of lenses was particularly tricky, and even the slightest error could render a telescope practically useless. This delicate nature of early telescopes meant that their use was often limited to those with the technical know-how to handle them properly, highlighting a barrier to widespread adoption that technology often encounters in its infancy. Have you ever wondered how the term telescope came to be? It was actually coined in 18 octane by the Greek mathematician Giovanni de Messiani. He used the term during a banquet held by Prince Federico Sisi in honor of Galileo. It's fascinating to think that such a pivotal term in science came about during a social gathering, showing how science and society are often intertwined in unexpected ways. And here's something that might surprise you. The first telescopes were actually quite poor at magnifying objects compared to today's standards. The initial designs could only magnify objects about 3 times their actual size. Yet, even this modest magnification was enough to reveal details of the moon and other celestial bodies that were previously invisible to the naked eye, demonstrating the power of even small steps in technological advancement. Let me tell you about a lesser-known historical figure in the evolution of the telescope, the English mathematician Thomas Harriot. Did you know he was actually one of the first people to use a telescope to observe the moon? Harriot made detailed sketches of the moon's surface months before Galileo did, though his work wasn't published until much later. This delay highlights how recognition in science can sometimes be as much about timing as it is about discovery. Speaking of Galileo, many people are unaware that his telescopic observations led to the discovery of the 4 largest moons of Jupiter. This was a groundbreaking moment because it provided clear evidence that not all celestial bodies orbited the Earth, challenging the geocentric model of the universe. The discovery of these moons was a pivotal moment in shifting our understanding of the cosmos, showing how new tools can profoundly alter our worldview. Another fascinating aspect of early telescopes is their influence on the field of optics. With the demand for better and more powerful telescopes, there was a parallel push to understand and refine optical theories. This led to advancements in the mathematical understanding of light and vision, which eventually contributed to the broader scientific revolution. The telescope, in essence, was not just a tool for looking outward, but also for peering deeper into the nature of light itself. Here's a captivating fact. Galileo's telescopes were considered so valuable and rare that only a few were ever made by his hand. Owning one was a mark of prestige and a testament to one's interest in the burgeoning field of astronomy. This exclusivity also points to the challenges of fabrication and the rarity of skilled craftsmanship at the time, making each telescope a marvel of personal ingenuity and labor. And did you know that the invention of the telescope eventually paved the way for the development of the microscope? The optical principles and lens-making techniques refined by telescope makers were soon applied to create instruments capable of magnifying the very small. This led to groundbreaking discoveries in the field of biology, showing yet again how one innovation can spark a cascade of advancements across various scientific domains. Think about this. The telescope also played a role in expanding global exploration. Mariners used telescopes to spot land and other ships from greater distances, enhancing navigation and maritime strategy. This practical application underscores the telescope's dual legacy as both a scientific instrument and a tool for exploration, embodying the spirit of discovery that defines much of human history. Here's an unexpected twist. The cultural impact of the telescope was as significant as its scientific contributions. As telescopes became more common, they inspired artists, writers, and philosophers to reflect on themes of vision and perception. This cultural ripple effect shows how technology can inspire not only scientific inquiry, but also enrich the arts and humanities, broadening our collective understanding of the world. Finally, consider the long-lasting influence of the telescope on modern technology. The principles underlying optical telescopes have informed the development of cameras, binoculars, and even the sophisticated imaging systems used in space exploration today. This legacy is a powerful testament to how a single invention can lay the groundwork for a vast array of technological advancements continuing to inspire and drive innovation centuries after its creation. Isn't it awe-inspiring to reflect on how a simple tool for looking at the stars has illuminated so many different paths in human progress? Now, let's delve into the intriguing realm of the materials used in early telescope construction. Many of the first telescopes were crafted from wood, metal, or even leather. Can you imagine peering at the stars through a leather tube? This choice of materials was primarily due to their availability and flexibility, allowing craftsmen to fashion tubes of varying lengths and diameters to house the delicate lenses. Speaking of lenses, early telescope makers often faced challenges due to the quality of the glass available at the time. Did you know that glass-making techniques had to evolve significantly to meet the demands of telescope production? The glass used in early lenses often contained bubbles and imperfections, which could distort the image. This spurred a push for cleaner, clearer glass, ultimately advancing the glass-making industry as a whole. Here's something surprising. The concept of using multiple lenses in a telescope wasn't immediately intuitive. It took years of experimentation before telescope makers realized that combining lenses of different shapes could significantly improve image clarity and magnification. This simple yet revolutionary insight laid the groundwork for the refracting telescopes we are familiar with today. And did you know that early telescopes weren't just used to explore the heavens? They found practical applications in everyday life as well. Merchants and traders used them to keep a strategic eye on incoming ships, gaining a competitive advantage by spotting arrivals before their rivals. This commercial use underscores how telescopes bridged the gap between science and daily business practices. It might surprise you to learn that not everyone welcomed the invention of the telescope with open arms. Some scholars and religious figures viewed it with suspicion, fearing it might challenge long-held beliefs about the universe. This tension between scientific innovation and societal norms is a recurring theme throughout history, reminding us of the delicate balance between discovery and tradition. Now let's talk about the fascinating role of telescopes in military history. During the 17th century, telescopes were used for reconnaissance and battlefield strategy. Commanders could survey the terrain and enemy positions from afar, gaining crucial insights that could turn the tide of battle. This military application highlights the multifaceted utility of telescopes beyond their scientific origins. Here's a captivating tidbit. As telescopes evolved, so did the intricacy of their mounts. Early telescopes required stable supports to maintain their focus, leading to the development of sophisticated mounting systems. These innovations were essential for astronomical observations, as even the slightest movement could disrupt a viewer's ability to discern celestial details. Have you ever considered the telescope's influence on art? As artists gained access to telescopic views of the moon and planets, these celestial bodies began to appear in paintings and illustrations with greater accuracy and detail. This artistic embrace of telescopic imagery reflects a broader cultural fascination with the cosmos, showing how science can deeply inspire and enhance creative expression. And here's another unexpected twist. The telescope's invention had philosophical implications as well. By revealing the vastness of the universe, telescopes challenged people to reconsider humanity's place within it. This shift in perspective encouraged a more humble view of our existence, fostering deeper philosophical and existential inquiries that continue to resonate to this day. We shouldn't forget the impact of the telescope on education. As these instruments became more accessible, they found their way into academic settings, changing how astronomy was taught. Students could observe celestial phenomena firsthand, rather than relying solely on texts and diagrams, making the study of the stars a more tangible and engaging experience. And did you know that the telescope's development eventually led to significant changes in timekeeping? With more precise observations of celestial events, astronomers could calculate time with greater accuracy. This improved understanding of time had far-reaching implications, influencing everything from navigation to the synchronization of clocks in different regions. Here's a curious fact. The invention of the telescope also sparked advancements in lens polishing techniques. To achieve the necessary clarity for astronomical observations, craftsmen honed their skills in shaping and polishing lenses to perfection. This meticulous work laid the foundation for optical technologies used in everything from eyeglasses to camera lenses today. Speaking of which, consider the telescope's role in fostering international collaboration. As astronomers around the world shared their findings and techniques, a global community of scholars emerged, united by a common quest to understand the universe. This spirit of collaboration exemplifies the power of science to transcend borders and bring people together in pursuit of knowledge. And finally, think about the telescope's enduring legacy in the realm of amateur astronomy. Today, countless enthusiasts around the world use telescopes to explore the night sky, fostering a lifelong passion for discovery and learning. This widespread interest in astronomy demonstrates how the telescope continues to captivate and inspire, just as it did centuries ago. Isn't it remarkable how a simple device for observing the heavens has left such a profound and lasting imprint on so many facets of our lives? From its humble beginnings to its far-reaching influence, the story of the telescope is a testament to the power of human curiosity and ingenuity. As we continue our journey through the history of telescopes, let's delve into some lesser-known aspects of their invention. Did you know that the earliest telescopes were often referred to as spyglasses? This term reflects their initial use for terrestrial observations rather than astronomical ones. It wasn't until later that their potential for stargazing was fully realized, leading to an astronomical revolution. And here's an intriguing detail. The invention of the telescope is closely linked to the development of spectacles. In the late 16th century, the same optical principles that improved human vision led to the magnification of distant objects. This connection highlights how innovations in one field can spark breakthroughs in another, sometimes in unexpected ways. Speaking of unexpected, the first known depiction of a telescope in art is rather whimsical. In a painting from the early 17th century, an artist included a tiny figure wielding what appears to be a telescope, long before its widespread use. This artistic choice suggests that telescopes captured the public's imagination, even if their practical applications were still emerging. Now, imagine this. Early telescope makers experimented with both convex and concave lenses. This experimentation was crucial in refining the instrument's design, ensuring that objects appeared both enlarged and right side up. It's a testament to the trial and error process that often accompanies scientific advancement. Have you ever wondered about the materials used in the construction of early telescopes? Craftsmen often employed materials like wood and leather to create lightweight yet sturdy tubes. These choices were dictated by the need for portability and ease of use, particularly when telescopes were favored by travelers and explorers. Here's a surprising tidbit. During the 17th century, telescopes were sometimes adorned with gold or silver decorations, transforming these scientific instruments into fashionable items. This ornate design reflected the prestige associated with owning such a cutting-edge device, blending science with status in a unique way. It might fascinate you to learn that the invention of the telescope inspired an entire genre of literature. Writers of the time penned speculative tales about other worlds and civilizations, based on the newfound ability to observe celestial bodies more closely. This literary movement demonstrates how technological advancements can ignite the imagination and expand the boundaries of storytelling. Consider this: the invention of the telescope led to significant debates about the nature of the stars and planets. Prior to telescopic observations, many believed that celestial bodies were perfect, unchanging spheres. The discovery of blemishes and irregularities on the Moon's surface, however, challenged this notion, prompting a re-evaluation of long-held astronomical beliefs. And here's a curious fact: early telescopes often suffered from a narrow field of view, limiting the size of the sky that could be observed at one time. This limitation necessitated the development of techniques for sweeping the sky, ensuring that astronomers didn't miss important celestial events. It was a challenge of patience and precision, qualities that remain integral to astronomy today. Did you know that some of the earliest telescopes were used during hunting expeditions? Hunters employed them to spot game from a distance, improving their chances of a successful hunt. This application highlights the telescope's versatility and its impact on various facets of human activity, from survival to scientific inquiry. Speaking of versatility, the invention of the telescope also influenced the field of navigation. Mariners used telescopes to identify landmarks and spot distant ships, improving their ability to navigate the seas. This practical application underscores the telescope's role in expanding our horizons, both literally and metaphorically. And here's another captivating insight: the evolution of the telescope prompted advancements in the understanding of light. The study of how light bends and refracts through different materials became a focal point for scientists, leading to a deeper comprehension of optics and the behavior of light waves. Have you ever considered the role of telescopes in debunking myths about the universe? Before their invention, many cultures held mystical beliefs about the stars and planets. The ability to observe these celestial bodies up close brought a new level of understanding, replacing myth with evidence-based theories and fostering a more scientific worldview. Here's a thought-provoking fact: the development of telescopes coincided with a period of intense scientific inquiry and discovery. This era, often referred to as the scientific revolution, saw the emergence of groundbreaking theories in physics, astronomy, and biology. The telescope was both a product of this intellectual fervor and a catalyst for further exploration. And finally, let's reflect on the transformative power of the telescope throughout history, from its role in reshaping our understanding of the cosmos, to its impact on navigation, art, and literature. The telescope has profoundly influenced human culture and knowledge. Its enduring legacy is a powerful reminder of our innate curiosity and our relentless pursuit of understanding the universe. Isn't it wonderful to think about how a simple optical instrument has opened up a world of discovery and wonder? The invention of the telescope not only expanded our view of the universe, but also deepened our appreciation for the complexity and beauty of the world we inhabit. As you drift into restful slumber, let these thoughts of exploration and innovation. Here's something you might find surprising. The early telescopes were rather modest in their magnifying capabilities. Many of them could only magnify objects up to 3 times their actual size. Yet, even with such limited power, they managed to unlock the wonders of the night sky and spark a revolution in astronomical observation. Imagine the awe and excitement experienced by those early astronomers as they gazed upon the heavens with newfound clarity. Now, let me share another fascinating tidbit with you. Galileo Galilei, the renowned Italian astronomer, did not invent the telescope, but he certainly improved upon it. His version could magnify objects up to 20 times, which was a substantial leap forward. This advancement allowed him to make incredible discoveries, such as the moons of Jupiter and the phases of Venus. These observations provided compelling evidence for the heliocentric model of the solar system, challenging the prevailing geocentric view. Did you know that the word telescope was first coined by a Greek scholar named Giovanni di Misiani? He introduced this term during a banquet where one of Galileo's telescopes was presented to the esteemed guests. The name itself is derived from Greek roots meaning far-seeing or to see far, capturing the essence of this remarkable instrument. It's quite poetic, don't you think? Here's a thought that might intrigue you. Early telescopes were initially met with skepticism and even resistance. Many people were reluctant to accept the new celestial observations that contradicted the established beliefs. However, as more astronomers verified these findings, the telescope gradually gained credibility and became an essential tool for scientific inquiry. This journey from skepticism to acceptance is a testament to the power of evidence-based reasoning. Speaking of influential figures, did you know that Sir Isaac Newton played a pivotal role in the evolution of the telescope? He introduced the concept of a reflecting telescope, which used mirrors instead of lenses to collect and focus light. This design significantly reduced chromatic aberration, a problem where colors appeared blurred or distorted. Newton's innovation paved the way for more powerful telescopes capable of capturing clearer and more detailed images of distant celestial objects. Consider this. Early telescopes were not just for stargazing. Scientists and inventors quickly realized their potential for terrestrial applications as well. They were used to observe distant landscapes, enabling early mapmakers to improve the accuracy of their charts. This application demonstrates the telescope's versatility and its impact on both our understanding of the universe and our own world. Have you ever pondered the role of telescopes in advancing our knowledge of timekeeping? Observations of celestial bodies, such as the moon and stars, were crucial in developing more precise calendars and timekeeping systems. These advancements allowed societies to better coordinate activities, from agriculture to navigation and even religious events. The telescope, in this way, became an essential tool for synchronizing human life with the rhythms of the cosmos. Here's another captivating insight. The invention of the telescope coincided with a period of artistic transformation. As telescopic observations revealed the true nature of the heavens, artists began to incorporate these discoveries into their work, depicting accurate representations of celestial bodies. This blending of art and science enriched both fields, fostering a deeper appreciation for the natural world's beauty and complexity. It's intriguing to think that the telescope also contributed to the early development of photography. The desire to capture images of celestial events spurred advancements in photographic techniques, eventually leading to the creation of astrophotography. This new medium revolutionized the way we document and study the universe, allowing us to preserve and share the breathtaking sights of the cosmos with future generations. Did you know that telescopic observations played a key role in the discovery of new planets? Uranus, for instance, was the first planet to be discovered using a telescope. In 1781, astronomer William Herschel stumbled upon this distant world while conducting a sky survey. This discovery expanded our understanding of the solar system and inspired further searches for additional planets lurking in the dark corners of space. Let me tell you a curious fact. The invention of the telescope also had a significant impact on the scientific study of the sun. Observations of sunspots and solar flares allowed scientists to learn more about the sun's activity and its influence on Earth. These studies laid the groundwork for the field of heliophysics, which continues to explore the dynamic relationship between our planet and its closest star. As we continue to peer through the lens of history, consider this. The invention of the telescope spurred a growing interest in amateur astronomy. Enthusiasts constructed their own telescopes and gathered to observe celestial events, sharing their findings with like-minded individuals. This grassroots movement democratized the study of the stars, fostering a sense of community and collaboration that persists in today's amateur astronomical societies. And here's a final thought to ponder. The legacy of the telescope extends beyond science and into the realm of philosophy. By revealing the vastness of the universe and our place within it, telescopes have inspired profound reflections on the nature of existence and our connection to the cosmos. This philosophical dimension underscores the telescope's enduring influence on human thought and creativity, inviting us to continually question and explore the mysteries that lie beyond our sight. As you drift into a peaceful slumber, let these tales of discovery and innovation fill your dreams. The story of the telescope is a reminder of the boundless curiosity and ingenuity that define our species. May you find comfort in the knowledge that we are part of a grand tapestry woven together by our shared pursuit of understanding the universe and our place within it. Let me share another intriguing aspect of telescopes: their role in shaping our understanding of the speed of light. In the 17th century, Danish astronomer O. Romer made a groundbreaking discovery using a telescope. By observing the eclipses of Jupiter's moons, he was able to estimate the speed of light and demonstrate that it wasn't instantaneous as previously thought. This revelation was a pivotal moment in physics, opening new avenues for scientific exploration. Have you ever considered the impact of telescopes on navigation? In the age of exploration, telescopes became indispensable for seafarers charting unknown waters. By allowing sailors to pinpoint stars and celestial bodies with greater precision, these instruments improved their ability to determine latitude at sea, significantly enhancing navigational accuracy and safety. This advancement was crucial for the success of long-distance voyages, forever changing the face of maritime trade and exploration. Here's something you might find fascinating. The invention of the telescope also played a pivotal role in the birth of modern science fiction. As telescopic discoveries unveiled the mysteries of the cosmos, writers and thinkers began to imagine the possibilities of life beyond Earth. This inspired early science fiction narratives that explored otherworldly civilizations and cosmic adventures, fueling human imagination and creativity. Did you know that telescopes were once considered a military asset? In the early days, naval powers recognized the strategic advantage of being able to observe enemy ships from a greater distance. This capability allowed for better preparation and tactical decisions during naval engagements, offering a significant edge in warfare. The military applications of telescopes indeed underscore their versatility and importance in various fields. Another captivating point to ponder is how the invention of the telescope indirectly stimulated advancements in glassmaking. As demand for high-quality lenses increased, glassmakers were challenged to produce clearer and more uniform glass. This push for perfection led to innovations in glass production techniques, ultimately benefiting a wide range of industries beyond just optics. You might find it surprising that telescopes have a connection to meteorology as well. By allowing scientists to observe the atmosphere of other planets, telescopes have provided valuable insights into weather systems and atmospheric phenomena. These observations have, in turn, helped improve our understanding of Earth's meteorology, enabling more accurate weather predictions and climate models. Here's a thought-provoking detail. Telescopes have played a role in the study of gravitational waves. While the concept of gravitational waves was theorized by Albert Einstein in the early 20th century, telescopic observations of binary star systems have provided indirect evidence supporting their existence. This connection highlights the telescope's enduring influence on our comprehension of the fundamental forces shaping the universe. Have you ever imagined the connection between telescopes and music? The majestic views of the cosmos inspired composers like Gustav Holst to create pieces that convey the awe and wonder of celestial bodies. Telescopic discoveries have thus not only enriched our scientific understanding, but have also sparked artistic expressions that resonate with the human spirit. Another surprising fact is the role of telescopes in monitoring and protecting our planet. Modern telescopes are used to track potentially hazardous asteroids and comets, providing early warnings that could prevent catastrophic impacts. This aspect of telescopic research is a testament to the instrument's ongoing relevance in safeguarding our world. It's also worth noting how telescopes have contributed to the study of galaxies. By providing a clearer view of distant galaxies, telescopes have revealed the structure and dynamics of these colossal systems. This knowledge has deepened our understanding of galaxy formation and evolution, shedding light on the processes that govern the universe on the grandest scales. Did you know that telescopes have also aided in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence? By monitoring radio signals from distant stars, scientists hope to detect signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. This quest represents one of the most profound questions facing humanity, and telescopes play a crucial role in this cosmic search for companions. Speaking of cosmic wonders, telescopes have brought us closer to the enigmatic phenomenon of black holes. By observing the effects of these mysterious objects on surrounding matter, telescopes have provided crucial evidence confirming their existence and properties. This area of research continues to captivate scientists and the public alike as we strive to unlock the secrets of these enigmatic cosmic entities. Have you ever thought about how telescopes have transformed our understanding of time? By observing the light from distant stars and galaxies, telescopes allow us to look back in time and witness the universe's distant past. This ability to peer across vast stretches of space-time provides invaluable insights into the history and development of the cosmos, offering a unique perspective on our place in the universe. Here's a final fascinating tidbit. The invention of the telescope has contributed to our understanding of dark matter and dark energy. While these mysterious components of the universe remain largely elusive, telescopic observations have provided indirect clues about their nature and distribution. This ongoing research is one of the most exciting frontiers in modern astrophysics, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and challenging our understanding of the cosmos. As you reflect on these surprising and wondrous facts, let them gently guide you into a restful slumber. The story of the telescope is a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of knowledge. May these insights inspire dreams of exploration and discovery, reminding you of the vast and beautiful universe that surrounds us.